Hey guys, today we're going to be making a really beautiful and simple winter landscape picture. We're going to be using a lot of different techniques using our watercolors, an oil pastel, some rubbing alcohol, and we're also going to be using tape to create the trees in our landscape. So first step today, you got to decide which way your paper is going to go. You can do it vertically or horizontally. I'm going to do this one vertically since I did my other one horizontally. Next step is to grab your masking tape and to decide how many trees you want to have in your landscape. You can have as many as you want. You're going to start tearing your tape and placing it where you want your trees to go. If you want your trees to have branches, you'll have a skinnier masking tape at your table that you can use to make those, but they don't have to have branches. So if you want to draw something and make it look like it's closer to us, you're going to want to draw it bigger near the end of the page. So I'm trying to draw some footprints that are coming from my house. So to make them look like they're coming from the house and getting bigger, I start small back here and then draw my lines bigger as I get towards the front. Okay, so now that I've finished drawing some details in my landscape, I'm going to pick up my white oil pastel, and I want to use the oil pastel resist technique to do some snowflakes on the ground. So pushing down hard with our oil pastel, I'm going to draw some snowflakes. Make sure you're pushing down nice and hard or this technique will not work. I'm going to do some white on the tip of my fox's tail too. I'm going to do the rubbing alcohol technique in my sky. I'm going to start with this pink color. It works best with the darker colors. And you have to make sure that your paint is still wet when you go back and do the rubbing alcohol. So you pick up your Q-tip and you just give it a little dab while it's still wet. And that's going to make it look like there's snow falling in your picture. Just going to do a little bit at a time. I've got lots of paint and lots of water on my brush. And once you do the rubbing alcohol, you can't touch it again with your brush or it's not going to work. So after you've finished all your painting, you're going to go ahead and put it on the drying rack. But next week when you come back to art, you're going to get your painting back and then you will be able to peel the tape off so that you can see your trees underneath. And I'll go ahead and show you an example that I already did. So with this one, the paint has already dried. And when I peel away the masking tape, I'm going to go really super slow so I don't just totally rip my paper. And it will rip on the edges a little bit. And that's okay because it kind of gives your tree a bark texture. So this way when you take your tape off, it has resisted the watercolor and you just have a tree left in its place. Now you can decide to leave it white like that. You could make it a birch tree and do some lines on it. You could paint it brown if you wanted to and make it a different kind of tree. It's totally your choice. I'm going to go ahead and outline it so that it looks more like a birch tree.